From the National Weather Service in Raleigh, it's Nick Petro with your routine Thursday weekly briefing for Central North Carolina. And this briefing covers the period today through the 7th of July, including Independence Day. So your 4th of July holiday weekend, which of course July 4th is on Sunday of this year. And I am happy to report that the weather models and the weather prediction has changed a lot since we talked on Monday. On Monday, I had some bad news for this upcoming weekend, but today I'm happy to report that this weekend, the weather is looking quite fabulous. So I am always pleased when I can give you an improving weather forecast. So let's get into the details because I'm really excited to share this with you because it's looking good. We have to get through some bad weather before we can get to the good weather, though. And you can see this is current conditions. And there's three things I want to highlight, and which is number one, today's current conditions, which you can see we're climbing through the 80s. We got plenty of sunshine. You can see the radar in the clouds. There's not a whole lot of clouds. So we're going to heat up today. We're going to get to the lower 90s. It's going to be hot and humid and sticky and muggy. And there could be a few showers that pop up later this afternoon. But the bulk of the rain will be associated with the cold front, which basically you can see this band of rain right here. This is all associated with a cold front that is going to be moving to the east and southeast. So when's this rain going to get here? Probably overnight tonight, maybe as early as this evening. And then it's going to slow down as these fronts move south and get further south away from the upper jet stream. They tend to slow down, and unfortunately, what this means is because of the way these showers are aligned, things are going to slow down tomorrow. So it's going to take a while for this rain to push through our area. As I mentioned, it may get here as early as this evening or tonight, but it's going to take all day tomorrow before it finally pushes through. But once it does push through, look what we have behind it. And when we were talking on Monday, during this briefing on Monday, the thought was this front would stall over us and literally not move. And this rain band would stall over us and not move. And that's why on Monday I was talking about, well, you know what, it looks like this weekend's going to be kind of wet. But that has changed because we have a big area of high pressure, and it's very strong and for, this time of year. And look at these temperatures. We're talking 70s and 80s. I mean, that's about as pleasant as it gets. And that air mass is headed our way, too, behind this front. So first, we got to get these storms through here tonight and tomorrow. And then after that, we have this high pressure and these pleasant temperatures because this front will indeed move off the East Coast. So on Monday, I didn't think that was going to happen, but now it looks like this front will be well off the coast, come Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll get into this nice air mass right here in these clear skies for Saturday and for Sunday. So we're going to have I can't remember a 4th of July holiday that was not humid and not, chance of showers or storms. But we're going to have lower humidities. Look at these dew points in the lower 60s and even 50s in some cases. So we're not going to have to worry about any, fireworks, any rain interfering with any fireworks displays and that sort of thing. So anyway, all right, let's get to the slides. And I do want to mention, obviously, we've got Tropical Storm Elsa there east of the islands. And there's the official forecast track. And I'm not going to read all these key messages, but the bottom line is number 4, that the forecast is for Elsa to approach the Florida Peninsula early next week. And if that track holds, then typically these systems, ultimately what they want to do is continue moving northward, right? That's the job of a hurricane, to transport moisture and humidity and warmth northward. So, there are some models that show it taking, if it takes this track, to continue north and moving across the Carolinas by late next week. Okay, but that's still, how many days? 7-8 days away. And there are models, I'll tell you, that show Elsa taking more of an offshore track. So there is that possibility. There is there's no guarantee that we're going to see the remnants a week from today, but it's possible. So I want to mention that we need to stay tuned to Elsa. Okay. So, and if it did move over us, what would that mean for us? That would just probably mean some, a day or two of heavy rain late next week. Okay. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, because a lot of things could happen to its track between now and then. All right. So, as I mentioned, showers and thunderstorms ahead of that cold front will move into central North Carolina beginning this evening or tonight, and continue on Friday as the cold front crosses our region. The main concern with these storms tonight and tomorrow is they'll have a tendency to redevelop and repeat train over the same area tonight and Friday. So heavy rain and flash flooding may result, particularly in urban areas. That's our main concern, is flash flooding. The front will exit to our east Friday night with cooler and drier air, high pressure moving into our area behind the front for the weekend. And as I put in bold text there, outstanding weather for this upcoming holiday weekend. Lots of sunshine, high temps in the 80s. And then dry weather will continue, but it'll warm back up first half of next week. And as I mentioned, some models show the remnants of Elsa moving across the Carolinas later next week, a week or 8 days from today. And of course, that could change. So, we'll highlight that on our Monday weekly briefing, which we will do on the 5th. We're going to do the weekly briefing on Monday. So stay tuned for that. All right. So how much rain are we going to get with this frontal system? We're talking maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain for most places tonight and tomorrow. Some places that see training cells could get up to 3 inches of rain, but I think those would be more isolated. And you could see dry the remaining of the 7 days, or 6 days, I should say. So the bulk of our rain in the next 7 days will occur tonight and tomorrow. Okay. Now, what does that mean in terms of flash flood potential? As I mentioned, because they'll have a tendency to repeat and train over the same areas tonight and Friday, flash flooding could result, particularly in urban areas. And the Weather Prediction Center, our national center up in D.C., says that basically isolated to scattered flash flooding is possible as early as tonight, but and continuing on Friday. Okay, so just be careful if you're out traveling. If you come across roads that are impassable or inundated with water, turn around and don't drown. All right, no severe storms expected across the Carolinas. I will point out that you don't have to go too far to our north before you run into potential for a couple severe storms later today. But it should be wet enough and cool enough tomorrow to preclude any severe storms tomorrow. All right, next week, I think a lot of this is up in the air because of what Elsa is going to do. So I wouldn't put a lot of stock in this 8 to 14 day outlook. All right, and then that wraps up the briefing here. So you can see the details on the bottom. Look at the panels for Saturday and Independence Day. Beautiful sunny skies, highs in the 80s. Just perfect July 4th weather for this weekend. Again, watch out for the showers and storms tonight and tomorrow, and the risk for flash flooding associated with them. The front exits, gives us a nice holiday weekend, and then continues dry as we head through early next week, but warming up. Remember, showers and thunderstorms and that training concern tonight and Friday, and watch out for that flash flood risk. I'm not saying there'll be flash flood everywhere, but again, isolated to scattered instances of flooding, particularly with where storms repeat or train over the same area. And then again, just something to keep in the back of your mind. Some models show the remnants of Elsa moving across the Carolinas later next week. This could change, so stay tuned. Our next scheduled webinar will be Monday morning at 11:30, and we will definitely get into the fine details with that situation on Monday's briefing. Okay? So that's what we have for your Thursday update. Enjoy the holiday weekend, and I wish everybody a safe and happy Independence Day, and I hope everybody gets to enjoy it. So With that, I'll be happy to take any questions at this time.